Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Inspired Moments with Jumoke. My name is Jumoke Olagoju, and this program is powered by the Inspired Design School of Fashion. First of all, let me apologize for not bringing you an episode last week. Well, I was so busy, and like I said to those who asked me, you guys have not really been encouraging. You've not been sharing your project work with me. I'm not even sure that you've been following, so I wasn't really expecting anybody to miss it. But if you're one of those who miss it, I apologize. Okay, this week and for subsequent weeks, I'll be teaching you stuff that you can make with your leftover African print fabric. Today we'll be making this tassel cape, and if you look closely, is woven. It's like mats. I'll be showing you how to make it, and in subsequent weeks we'll be learning how to make different kind of neck pieces. You don't want to miss this. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel on YouTube, the Inspired Design School of Fashion, make sure you do so and turn on the notification bell. And also try and join the Telegram channel that we have specifically created for this program. It's called Inspired Moments with Jumoke. So without wasting much time, let's get to the drafting table. We're going to start first by drafting the circle that we're going to use for the cape. By now, most of us should know how to draft a circle, but for those who don't, I'll quickly run through it. Okay, so now the length of your circle will depend on how big you want the cape to be. For this one, I want the main cape, the circle, to just be around the end of the shoulder. So you can just take your tape, measure from the base of the neck, okay, to the length where you want the cape to be. So I'm just going to be using 5 inches, and the neck circumference, measure the neck circumference and divide it by 6.28. Or if you want it to be bigger at the neck, you can just design the neckline you want. For this one, it's going to be fitted around the neck, so I'm just going to, the neck measurement is I think 14 inches. So I'm going to divide that by 6.28 to get the circumference, that radius around the neck. Okay, so I'm just going to, okay, let me just use 15 inches so that it's not too tight around the neck. So I'm just going to use 2.5 for the neck circle, for the circumference here, the radius I will use at the top. Then for the length, that's 2.5 plus the 5 inches that I want the length to be. So I need 7.5 here. I'm going to measure 7.5. If you want your cape bigger, then you draw a bigger circle. Then you should know that the bigger your the circle, the more fabric you're going to need. So this is 7.5. Our pattern is ready. Now let's talk about the fabric. I'll be making use of African print. You can use any fabric you want. So you can see that I've stitched my strip. What you need to do is to cut like 8 to 10 strips of fabric. This is the full length of the material, which is like 45 inches, the full length of an African print fabric. You cut it, you fold it and cut the full length, and the width is like 1.5 inches. So I'm going to need like 8 to 10 pieces of this. I really don't know how many I'm going to need at this point, but just cut 8 to 10. Then you're going to fold inwards both sides like this, and then turn it then you stitch on top. Now the width of your fabric is totally dependent on you. I want this to be closely fitted. If I make my fabric bigger, it will easily fill this hole, and I may not be able to draw these lines too close like this. So that's why I have made it tiny, as in you can make your own tinier than this or bigger. Okay, so now that we've stitched our fabric, I'm going to leave one on stitch like this. Then we'll begin to attach it to the paper. Like I said, I'm going to start with the black. With your pins ready, just begin to place it on the black line. I realize now that the lines are too close together, so I may not follow this black line closely. I'll do one, then leave one. Okay, so let's cut. If I place it here, it will be too close together, so that's why I'm going to jump that line and go to the next line. You get the gist, right? Begin to place it on the red lines, and like I said, you can just do it on top like this, or if you like, you can begin to weave it. Place this here, place this on top, then take it under, anyhow you want it to be. So let's try the weaving. I will be using, first let me just cut this. I'll be using my glue gun to attach it, but you can go ahead and pin, then use your sewing machine to stitch over it. Okay, you can see the way I have weaved it, but you can do it straight if you want. Okay. Just follow the same process until you are done. So if you are going to be stitching, you have to use your pin to hold it, because when you are done, we're going to carefully remove all these pins that is holding it to the paper, and then take it to the sewing machine. But I'm not adding I'm not putting pins, because I'll just be using my glue gun to attach it. I'll just be putting the gum and attach it, then remove it from the paper. Some will attach it like this and then take it to the sewing machine and stitch on top of the paper, then tear away the paper. But personally, I don't believe in wasting my pattern, because if I don't tear it up, definitely I can use this pattern for another one, you understand? But if you already stitch on it, that means you can only use it once. But do the method that is that works for you, anyone that is more guys, it's all fixed and our cape is ready. So that's it for this class. See you next week when we'll go on to another episode of Inspired Moments with Jumoke. I will be showing something else with Ankara fabric, and it promises to be a great class. Don't forget to share your projects. This is to encourage me to, show you more things. See you next week. Bye.